Hey everybody, it's Book of Catherine. Stay inside for COVID-19. So the reason that I have changed my tune on that one, I don't think I've ever said don't go good. But anyway, my point about that is that it is an infectious disease. It is still like less than 0.1%, which I've always been saying from the beginning and the medical community has said. However, the difference is that this has a different infection rate. So that is the difference between COVID-19 and the flu. So the flu has a very, very low, has a higher death rate than COVID-19, and COVID-19 has a very, very low death rate. However, they have two very different infection rates, and that's the difference. That's why Trump is saying stay indoors. That's why the world is freaking out, because most of the flus and infection, quite frankly, the cold, the flu, everything, our immune system has a blockage thing and says, you know, if we touch and come in contact with it, we have a blockage to it. Like we actually can ward it off. So if you come in contact with it, not everybody gets infected. That's not the case with this SARS-CoV hybrid. Everyone who's in contact with it gets it. So like a community, I try to forward on this one video, but one community that has SARS-CoV outbreak, 75% of the residents tested had it, was actually in contact with it. That's 75%. It just came out and 75% of the residents in that building or whatever that they had the outbreak in, or that city that had it, 75% of the people got it. That's why they're saying don't travel. It's just everybody will get it. So the infection rate is different than the flu. The actual death rate isn't. But if you think about it, like if the infection rate, I mean, I hope you understand that. So if the flu's infection rate was only 30% and we all got it and we all were exposed to it, let's say all America, 330 million people, 350 million people were exposed to it, but only 30% got it. And then on top of that, you had an infection rate of 5 to 10%, you know, it's 46,000 people die. Well, then you say 350 million people, everyone gets it, and then everyone's exposed to it. That means everyone contracts it. Then you take 0.1% of 350 million. That's a whole different number. Does that make sense? And then you multiply that by the whole world, and that's a whole different thing. Does that mean that it's like an RRR kind of? No, it's the flu. But the point is that, you know, if you're exposed to it, everybody gets it, and they don't want the entire world to be sick with the flu at the exact same time. Like, that just means everything's shut down. We don't want everyone to get... They said on the Dr. Phil show, they said everybody will be experiencing these symptoms at some point in the next year. They're trying to make it so that we just all get it kind of exposed over the next year in rolling waves, right? They don't want us all to all of a sudden, wham, get it at the same time. We'll all be exposed to it somehow at some point. It's just, this is the worst. We're trying to prevent it right now. And so what I've learned the most through this is to listen to Trump. Like, I wish I'd done that because I listened to the medical community, not to the WHO, but I actually listened to medical papers. Their medical papers actually said that the media was overreacting to this. The medical papers said that. The medical papers said that. The medical papers said that. Like, and I also reported on what Trump was saying. You know, Trump was saying, like, why aren't we responding to the flu like this? But the medical papers were saying this. In reality, Trump had responded by January 7th. He had already put down restrictions, just like Taiwan had responded in early, like Taiwan had heard about it. They had already seen stuff. So I'm just kind of like, oh, he was responding and putting down restrictions in early January, already shutting down flights in January 21st and January 31st before he even got Dr. Fauci involved, which, by the way, Dr. Fauci, just so you're aware, Dr. Fauci, we only have him because the GOP has still not done confirmations, because Mitch McConnell has not held any Senate confirmations. Those confirmations should have been done that first month all the way back in 2017. Because the GOP are never Trumpers, they still have not held the Senate confirmations of Trump's cabinet. So he still has an Obama holdover. That's why Trump didn't consult him that whole first February. And now you're seeing what happens because of it. Now Dr. Fauci is totally giving them sound bites and stabbing, and people are going to die because of that. With Fauci going out there saying it's not China's fault, literally having to go in front of the White House and be like, I misspoke. I didn't actually mean that. I misspoke. They're like, so you were lying on CNN? Are you doing this of your own accord? And it just sounds awful, to the point that now India's like, America, the worst hit place. No, China had 3,300 people dying a day. Like, you talk to the people, the funeral home drivers that were carting out the truckloads, by the truckloads daily, taking out 2,400 to 3,300 people in Wuhan a day. Like, just because we all know this, China fakes numbers, and it's amazing to see India, who is like, oh, we love Trump, we want Trump, we love the USA. And the moment, this hits, they're just like, wham, the USA is the worst. I'm like, are you kidding me? Israel has more than 10,000 people hit with the coronavirus, and they're like this big of a country. I'm like, has anybody looked at it? Spain has huge numbers, and they're this big of a country. We're 350 million people. We have almost zero for being a globalist country. So anyway, I wanted to say that really quickly. The rate of infection is very different. So for all those fake right outlets, which we're really learning who those people are, amen for silver lining. Is just like, that's the one thing, is the silver linings of this COVID outbreak is we are learning who the real media is, right? Because boy, when they say demoralize Americans, we're finding out fake right media, they are just like, they are, if Trump says one thing, they go against it. Trump says stay in. Oh, everyone, Candace Owens was all pro-Trump. Nope, go outside, go outside. Trump's like, please stay indoors. She's like, run for the hills, go outside. She's posting fake reels saying this is London, when like, we all know, we all have friends around the world, and they're showing us like empty, deserted streets, and they're like, this is like the thing, this is, and I'm like, it's totally paid for media, because the big pharma companies want us out there spreading this disease because it's massive money for them, just like the fake toilet paper scare. Who forwarded that? That was conservatives, fake right, the fake conservatives, because if it was really an assault that happened in a toilet paper store, what would it be? It would be CCTV cameras. If it really was police, if it really was a thing, it would be on CCTV. But oh no, it's on this perfectly framed thing in anything. So anyway, like that. All right, I'll let you guys go. And mysteriously, they're missing. They don't know who these people were. When, you always have everyone identified because it's on CCTV camera. It's just like, who everybody was. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you so much. That's the difference. So it's just, these conservatives who say that they're so pro, and turns out they're promoting Whole Foods, and they're promoting all these leftist organizations, and they're promoting everything the government says to do that they were promoting before. They're suddenly saying go the opposite way. And it's just amazing to me. And I'm just like, wow, it seems to me like you really want Americans dead. Like, that is very clearly obvious to me now. Like, just very obvious, because now the research is in. Like, the research is very, very clearly in. Like, it can't, before it wasn't clearly in. The research is very clearly in now. And I've been saying this on Twitter for a long, long time now. Like, for a long, long time. And now I just have to say it because I have to say it. All right. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.